Welcome to the Sabbath Christian Church's online sermon. The Bible calls people, men, the Son of Man 200 times. 100 in the New Testament, which is a quarter of the Old Testament, making the 100 there a whole lot more to a whole lot less. And specifically, the Bible calls Jesus the Son of David, even more so than just the Son of Man, specifically. Now let's go into that and build on that, where it says, God made two lights. The greater to govern the day. It governs the day. God made the light there to govern the day. He's in charge. He created the world. And the lesser ones for the night and stars. The sun to rule the day, it says further on. And his everlasting is his loving kindness. This is what God is about. He loves people, and he created them in the image, in his image. When I consider the heavens, when I consider the heavens, the moon and stars which you have ordained, and the Son of Man, that you care for him, you made him a little lower than God, and you made him to rule, made man to rule, the Son of Man to rule the works of God's hands. You have put all things under his feet. He gave this world to them. He says, say to him, the man whose name is Branch, for he will branch out from where he is, and he will build the temple of the Lord. He built the temple. God gave it to man to do. God did the creation, rested on the seventh day. Then a shoot will spring from the root of Jesse, Branch, and the roots will bear fruit, and the Spirit of the Lord will rest on him. Specifically, putting the Son of Man connected with David. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, on David, the branch. Wisdom, one of the things that rested on him. Understanding, counsel, strength. Look at all the stuff that God entrusted man to do, that man is capable of, if he will love God and keep his commandments and do what God says. The spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. It's the fear of the Lord to keep his commandments. The commandments are love. That's how he loves man, how man loves God. He says, I will establish your seed, David's seed, and build up your throne to all generations. How important God thinks of the Son of Man. What do you think about the Christ? Whose son is he? And they said to him, the Son of David. And when you go through a couple of the books in the Bible that go back on Joseph and Jesus being the Son of Man, and Joseph goes all the way back to the very beginning to Adam and Eve. And that's Jesus' background. And the important one is what David did. He was a ruler. And David in the Spirit called God Lord. And the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I put the enemies beneath your feet. How David ruled, and the ancestry of Jesus being related to him, being like him in the sense that at the time of David and things he did to the time of his time, Jesus' time. And if David calls him Lord, David calls him Lord, no one was able to answer him about that. Nor did anyone from that day on dare to ask him another question. He proved it to them and he shut their mouths. How can you say he is the son of David? Yeah, but they had no answer. He is. And Revelation says, and we quote him, I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify these things for the churches. He says, I, Jesus, am the root and descendant of David. And the last book of Revelation, he says that for us to know and understand. He is the bright morning star. Amen. And thank you for watching and listening.